Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Now my name is Liz. I post 4 beauty related videos a week, so if you've got any recommendations leave them down below in the comments and I always add them to my list to record. But in this video we have a super exciting video because we're using a new brand, and I was very I'm in an R in whether I should use this brand, well, buy from the brand, because I know it's really expensive. It's like mid prices, so it's not like as cheap as, I don't know, Maybelline, Revlon, but then it's not as expensive as your higher end brands. So I'm basically going to review the new XX Revolution. So this is basically skincare in makeup, so that is probably why it's a little bit more expensive. And I spent £100, or to be precise I think it was £104.99 because I paid express delivery, and I only bought 7 items. Great thing is it comes with a mystery bag. However, I got the same mystery bag in a previous Revolution order that I did. So this little bad boy is going to be going in a giveaway for you guys. I'm not sure when I'm going to do this giveaway. I'm not sure if it's going to be a YouTube or a Instagram giveaway just yet, but when I do it you guys will be the first to know. So yeah, I will be putting this in a giveaway. I've got a couple more items to add in, and it is quite a good little mystery bag this month. You actually get like a full size I Heart chocolate palette, which I'm grateful for. I'm not going to open it. It is still bubble wrapped, so I'm going to leave it in there so that way I can send it off quite easily to someone. So I nearly got enough for a full face with the £100, but just a few items missing, like mascara, eyebrows, lip liner, because they didn't really do lip liner, but the rest of it I should pretty much have. And the first thing I have, I don't even know if it's going to fit in the frame, is this massive explosion of colour XX Revolution palette. There are 66 shades in here, and I had to buy it because I don't know, it's just one of those things. I love eyeshadow palettes and they always they always inspire me. So the prices of XX Revolution range from like £5 to 28, and this was the most expensive thing for £28. I don't even know how I'm going to get this in the frame. It hasn't got a mirror, but it's got tons and tons of shades. It's actually got a nice smell to it as well. So I'm just going to prep my eyes. I'm going to use the P. Louise base. I have the shade 0 at the moment, so I'm going to use that. And then we're going to come back and we're going to choose a few shades. I have no idea what shades I'm going to use, but we're going to choose some. This P. Louise base looks crazy, so let's just get the palette and choose a colour. From the top row, I'm going to take this shade here. So my camera might make me a little bit out of focus when I'm choosing colours, just because the further back I go to get this in the frame, the harder it is going to be to stay in focus. So if that happens, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm going to start off with this shade here as a transition shade. Right off the bat, it is very pigmented. That was just so easy to use. I am really impressed with that shade already. Then I want to take this shade here, which is 3rd row down, the 3rd one in, and I want to take that just a little bit below. This is a massive palette to work with, but do you know what? I feel like once you've got a palette like this you wouldn't need anything else. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just building the crease up at the moment. I'm not sure what colour scheme I'm going for. And then after I've done my eyes, we could possibly swatch a few of the shades, but already you can see the mattes are working amazingly. Just build that colour up. This is where it gets harder to show. I want to take this shade here, which is on the 3rd row again, but it's like one before the last, and I want to put that on the outer and the inner corner because I just want to do like a halo eye, but a nice nude halo eye. And halo eyes never go well for me, but let's just try it. This is so pigmented. I'm going to take that second shade that we used and just blend out the edges so we have no harsh lines. I have the tiniest bit of fallout just here, but it's tiny. And then at the bottom I want to take this purple shade here and I want to blend out these edges and just add a bit of purple into the look, because it is going to be more of like a gold pop in the centre, but I do want to put like a bit of colour in there so it's not too boring. I'm going to take this tiny PC38 from Peaches and Cream to do that. I have literally just spent £70 on Peaches and Cream brushes because they are so good. When I first opened this palette, this purple was screaming my name. I'm going to do it really messy because I want to put this pop of colour down first and then really blend out the edges, and that way this is just helping me know where the halo will be. I feel like my left eye is going much better than my right. Let's just lay down some concealer where I'm going to put that halo and then come back, because I've already chosen the colour. I don't know if you can see it right there, but I have chosen. So yeah, let's just try and put some concealer where we're going to put the halo and then come back. This is such a big palette, it's so hard to use this. That's probably one of the cons. I'm going to take this fat ass gold shade here on the centre of my lids, and I'm not going to use anything to wet my brush or anything like that just yet. We're going to see how this palette does without me wetting my brush. So let's see. I know these are probably toppers because usually these big shades are, but if it doesn't work then we'll put another shade down first and then you know the drill, put this over it. So let's try. Yeah, it's not working just like that, so I'm gonna try this bronzier shade down here. Okay, that's picked up much better. Oh, okay, yep, that is it. So then we're going to put one of those shades on top just to make it pop. But I think this is popping by itself. Wow. The pigmentation is insane. That is insane. Okay, let me do the other eye. It looks more bronzier in the pan, but it comes out much more gold. Wow, okay. Now I'm going to take that huge topper shade that we just tried to use in the first place, and I'm just going to top it up. That has topped it up. That is working. So these are definitely toppers, those fat shades in the centre. Let's go back in with this shade here just to blend out the edges of the gold. This is just, it's insane the size of this. Absolutely insane. Okay, so we're going to come back to this palette once I have done some more of my makeup. So right now I want to add in some wing liner. I don't have many words for this, but this is the Liquid Skin Foundation Double Fix Foundation. I have the shade F.7 because I usually get F8, which is a nice match, but sometimes I feel like it's a bit dark, and this was the next kind of olive tone one down. I'm hoping it's not yellow, but if it is, then, and I like this foundation, I will just buy F8 because I feel like that is the closest in tone to my skin tone. So this is what it looks like. It is a very like heavy duty glass with this like dark lid. I don't know what colour you'd call that. It's a really like metallic colour with the XX on there. There you go, you can see that. And it's a pump. This is such a heavy duty foundation. There is 27 mils in here. This was £15. Again, I feel like because this is the more expensive brand, like I've spent £10 on a foundation. I feel like that's the most I've spent. So yeah, it's only £5 more than what I would usually spend. So let's just try this. It's a very thick formula as well. Could be a match. I've heard that this is quite matte, so I'm gonna just start blending this out straight away. I do have Peaches and Cream PC19 because I want to try a foundation brush. So let's try that first and see how that works out. Well, it is a nice shade match for me. Not as yellow as I thought it would be. It is a very matte formula, so yeah, you do have to work quite fast with it. I think it's a little bit too light for me, this shade, so I probably, if I love this foundation, will go for F8. Just to let you know before I carry on, I use the NYX Honeydew Me Up underneath because I know this is matte. I really wanted a nice hydrating base, and the NYX Honeydew Me Up is a lovely, lovely hydrating base. This is so matte. This is way too light for me, way too light for me. But it is just so matte, like it is clinging to my dry patches, and I put on a really nice moisturising base. Now that it's dried, I'm just going to use a beauty blender to just get right under my eyes real quick. Way too light for me, however it's dried down. Like, this is the type of foundation you would not need powder with, but it's not actually, now that I've blended over with the beauty blender, you can't see where it was clinging to my dry patches. It's kind of stopped doing that now. It was doing that up here a lot. It's a little bit here is dry, but I think my skin's just a bit dry around there. But everywhere else just looks really flawless. Not mad at it, but I'm not, it's not a favourite. I am gonna have to try it a few more times like I usually do. It's the wrong shade, but you know, we can bronze up and all that jazz. The concealer comes in the exact same packaging as the foundation. This is the Superfix concealer. I have the shade CX3. I just wanted to go a bit lighter than the foundation to highlight under my eyes. Again, it is just like the same packaging as the foundation, but this is more plastic, whereas the foundation is more glass, which is fine. This retailed for £10, and I've seen the doe foot on this, and look at that, like it's slightly bent. Oh my god, can you hear that thunder? Like, you could get right under your wing. So I'm just gonna do one side in case it dries down really quick. I'm not too sure if it does. Quite good coverage as well. It's a bit more hydrating than the foundation. I feel like you've got more time to play with this than the actual foundation. It doesn't dry down as quick. And I'm loving this doe foot. Now it's time to try a pressed powder. This is the translucent powder. It says it's a universal weightless translucent fine powder to help set and hold makeup in place. My dog's a little bit scared of the well, a lot scared of the thunder, so she's just gonna sit behind me. It comes in this like dark metal colour, and it's, you know, that material that, I hate that material. It's got the XX there. It's actually got XX imprinted in the powder as well. And I'm going to use, for under my eyes, a PC15 to set the concealer. Set it quite nicely. I feel like this is making it even more ghostly looking. Right, I'm set down really nice. I'm just really pale. Not as pale as the camera's showing, but it is quite pale. So I just want to add some light into my face, and I've got this Intrinsic Complexion palette, which is a little compact. This cost me £18, and I think the powder cost me £10. I'm gonna have to try F8 because this is just not my shade. Comes in a pink compact, and we all know how much I love pink with that same like feeling. I don't like that feeling. So you get a bronzer, a shimmery bronzer, and a blush. I just forgot what they were called then. I went for this because the blush was a nice peachy shade, so I thought that would go really nice. Take my normal bronzer brush from Nancy, which is a contour brush, and we're just going to do my forehead first. get some colour back into me. Okay, that is working really well. Okay, my dog got scared, so I had to kind of like just calm her down for a minute. So I have finished bronzing up my face. I'm still really pale, so sorry about that. Then I want to go over some of the bronzer with this shimmery bronzer because I just love it. Take a clean PC15 that I use under my eyes for the blush. It's kind of like, say it's a very shimmery, very powdery, this one is. I think that's more of a blush topper, so I'm just going to use a normal blush. Yeah, that is a blush topper. I'm going to go in with Roxy's palette, and I'm going to take this shade down here that I always take. Then go in again with this just so it matches the other cheek. As you can see, it's really highlightery, just on the tips. And then I'm going to use my beauty blender and dab that in. I got a highlight. I got the Exposure Highlight in Golden Hour. This is a full-on gold highlight. You know how much I love my gold. It's in pink packaging. Look at that. Now, some people could be intimidated by highlights like this, but I'm not. Let's take my Peaches PC17 and highlight my face. Add a bit more up here. You just have to go in with a light hand with these highlights, so if you're too scared, a light hand and then a beauty blender, because dab it in so it melts into your skin. So the highlight is £12, and the next item I'm going in with is the Exaggerate Super Shine lip gloss, and this is £8. So I got the shade Phobia, which said it was a dusky pink shade, which, if you know me, oh wow, look at that. It's got the gunmetal top, and then it's plastic, but it's really nice plastic. Oh, this reminds me of Posy K by Kylie. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. This just looks so high end. I feel like I need a lip line, so I'm gonna use my Revolution, I Heart Revolution lip line, and I'm gonna take, I don't know if this is the darkest shade. Yeah, it's the darkest shade, but it's the lighter ones look too nude, so I'm gonna take that one. Let's try this. Very liquidy. This is a lip gloss. It like feels like it should be a liquid lipstick, but it's a very, very opaque lip gloss. It's like my perfect colour. Alright, so I have used all the products in this range. I just want to go off camera, do my mascara, do my eyebrows, possibly add false lashes, and then come back with my final thoughts. I'm loving this lip gloss. It just makes my lips look so juicy. Well, I just added a bit of that highlight in the inner corner, and this is the finished look. I actually, if you see it in natural light, it's not too pale. I feel like because I've got the studio lights on and there's no natural light coming in from the window, it looks quite pale. But I love this. I'm actually really happy with that peach like blush topper. It is a blush topper, so if you put a blush down, put that over it, it gives you like a nice healthy glow. Like my skin just looks really healthy. That foundation was really matte, but once you put the rest of your base on, it's not that matte anymore. And yeah, I'm really in love with this. Like, I will be purchasing more from the brand. I'm just not sure when, because it is quite expensive. Like 8 items for £100 is insane, but I'm not mad at it. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is purchase more of these glosses, because they feel more like a satin liquid lipstick. They don't feel like a gloss. They're like in the middle of like a satin liquid lipstick and a gloss. and the colour is just amazing. I feel like this trio of face powders is something that I would get a lot. Sorry, I don't want to blind you. It's something that I could get a lot of use out of, and I'm pretty happy with this. Like I said, this is my favourite thing of the whole like line. And then I love this highlight. These are the highlights that I love. Some people, like I say, my skin tone might not like these, but I absolutely adore these. The translucent powder, I'm not... Like, it does the job really quickly, but I feel like it was changing the shade of my foundation and making me a bit more pale. So I'm not sure how much use I will get out of this. It's not like the Revolution CC powder. That is my all-time favourite translucent powder. And you know me, I like translucents because I don't like to change the shade of my foundation. The concealer is a huge hit for me. I absolutely love this concealer. It is just as good as the foundation. I feel like the foundation, once, like I said, once you get the rest of your makeup on, this is a lovely foundation. And I do wish I got it in F8. I'm sad that I got it in that colour, but do you know what, let me just use that up. It is £15, and then I would try F8. And the concealer, I absolutely love the doe foot on that. Like, it's so good for under your eyes. It is a good concept. I don't know if another brand has come out with that kind of concept for a concealer, but it is one of my favourite. It is my favourite doe foot. And the concealer creased a tiny bit, but every concealer creases on me because I have like fine lines under my eyes. This huge ass palette, which literally was £28, I reckon is a decent palette, especially if you're gonna be doing makeup on other people, or like you just, I don't know, like if you use eyeshadows a lot, this would be one of those like palettes that you wouldn't need another palette. Unless you like really bright eyeshadows, then you'd need another palette. But if you like your nudes, berry tones, because I feel like this, it's got like more cool tones down here, warm tones up there, and then you've got your toppers in the middle. I love this topper that I put on the centre. These will not work on their own, they will work in the centre. £28 is quite steep in my eyes, but like, look how huge it is, and the pattern on there with all the X's is, it's so nice. It's gold. I probably will purchase the other palette at some point just because I like having a full set of things. But I really like this palette. But again, you don't need it. Like, if you buy a cheaper palette with the shades in from Revolution, that's all you would need if you don't use makeup that often. So it is a nice palette to have. It is quite expensive, but it is completely up to you whether you purchase it or not. But it is a nice addition if you're a collector like me to your makeup collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if there's anything else you do want me to review in the future, and I can pick it up along the way, and I will do that. So if you like this video, please smash a huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.